Just unwrap candy.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I don't.
No filter personality. This your girl B personality and my guy.
It's your boy, Fat Boy Ace, 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 Fat Boy Ace.
And we have our guest, Miss Kia, aka Miss Low Key.
Hello.
How you doing?
Mr. Sauce Run will be joining us momentarily. He had, issues.
No, you won't.
But let's get into our mental Monday. You feel me? Deep into this depression. You know what I'm saying?
Mental.
So, Miss Kia, tell us about yourself. You can. She
It's
getting
okay,
herself. She
guys.
getting
Yeah,
herself set up. You feel
She
me?
had a brain fart, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
she
you feel
trust
me?
She's not scared at all.
Yeah, you feel me? She had to get herself together. You know
It's
what
just
I'm
because
saying?
I'm sitting next to her, so she kind of nervous. Like, you feel me?
You- we ain't about to play with him. Okay. So, So, Miss Kia, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, tell us about yourself. A little bit. Let the people know who you is, and what type of work you do, if you want.
All right. My name is Kia. I am a mother of two, and I work in a community mental health agency. And I graduated with my master's in social work in 2017.
Ooh. Okay. You feel me?
You fancy.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, what made you want to get in that type of field?
Well, I was raised in the projects, of course. So, as a young child, I found that there was a need in like the mental health and underlying needs for kids that hasn't been met. So it was just my childhood passion to work in that field to be able to give back. So it's definitely a privilege and an honor to be able to work in this capacity and
Okay.
be a product of the environment and seeing how my life has changed. And so my goal is to be able to impact the lives that I work with or within my community.
Oh, that's
She
cool.
likes to give back. You feel me? Everybody needs to give back.
What part
I
of the
feel.
project you from?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Bunny
All right.
us.
So,
Bunny
real,
us.
real gang bang music up in this
Nick Cigar
motherfucker.
Bunny.
Yes,
But,
I have to duck and dodge
Yeah, you
many
feel
a
me?
bullet.
Okay, she
I went
went
to the 10.
You did? I
Oh,
did
God. I
too.
went to the 10.
When?
I went to the 10 in '08.
Yeah,
07?
I graduated in 98. So, yes.
Yeah, you feel me?
Hold on.
Wrong,
You
wrong
look good,
shit.
girl.
Right, wrong shit. On the momento.
what the
Go ahead,
fuck?
finish. Yeah.
You married?
But, yeah. People.
Not yet.
So
How about
okay, so yeah, this Nicholson's and things. So the fact that you feel me, I like the fact that you understand the problems in our community and things like that, and want to do something about it. Most people experience shit and just be on some bullshit and just be like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
You feel me? But even with you, even just going just to figure out what can be done or understand the issues, that's a start. And I commend you for even going back, and the fact that you're a mother of two and have your masters. You feel me?
Oh, really?
You feel me?
Yes.
Masters.
That's
You
what's
feel
up,
me?
man.
She didn't just say I want to get into this shit. She said I want to master this shit. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
You feel me?
okay.
Pinky said real booty shit. Like, yeah, ain't
Okay,
got my
so-
getting my life together.
By you having your masters, do you actually see yourself where you wanted to be while trying to get your masters?
Say that one more time.
Are you in to where you wanted to be at the time you're at right now when you were trying to get your masters?
No, I was not where I am now. During that time, while pursuing my education, I also had my own life journey, trauma experiences that I was going through. Like I said, I am a mother of two, so that means that stated that I was a single parent and have been a single parent, and so had to overcome those barriers while trying to not just navigate through trying to figure out how to work, but also provide for my children also at the meantime while I was in school as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Just know you was already destined to make it.
Yeah,
where
you
you
feel
at
me?
now, so.
The minute I feel like the minute people count themselves out, that's where you already failed because you
Yeah.
counted yourself out.
Never
but the
count
fact
yourself
that
out.
you went through your own traumas, whatever your traumas was, and you overcame them. You feel me?
you do.
Because you feel me? A lot could have really directed you into different positions and avenues in life to where it could have really affected your children and your personal life, like you said, your traumas, your own personal traumas, whatever that may be. You feel me? The fact that you didn't allow that to ultimately damage your children, let alone damage you to where it affected your children. Like, they may have experienced a piece, but they didn't know the full extent. You feel me? Some children, they just know based off, like, look, I saw that. You feel me? I don't know what it was, but you feel me? I saw something. You feel me? But the fact that you change your directory of what you went through and using that as your stepping stone.
Right.
Most people don't use that as a stepping stone. Most people use that as an excuse, a crutch.
And see, yes, and for me, my children have always been my motivation. They were the reason why I was destined to make sure that I overcame that poverty mindset, not being able to provide for them, not being able to expose them to certain things in life. And so I've always been very transparent, especially with my daughter, because like I was a young mom, so there's a lot of things that I went through and experienced, and a lot for us as African Americans too. A lot of us was raised in a household where that's supposed to be kept as a secret. So for me, I never wanted my daughter to be able to hear those things from someone else outside. So I was transparent with her about a lot of the things that I went through, so that will kind of help her prepare her for her teenage life and a young adult lifehood as well. So with my son, I was in a different setting and season at my time when I had him. I was more focused and determined to be able to finish my education. And so for him, they like a lot of the things that I wasn't able to do for my daughter at a young age at times, where I had to depend on people, where I'm able now, so my son is 12, that I'm able to provide for him, but it still also help benefit her as well, in her older, younger adulthood.
You were able to acquire the tools to make sure she don't make the same mistakes you did.
Yes, exactly.
As well as you're able to financially help her compared to the situation you in, even though I don't know if she have a child or not, but
thank God.
But the fact that you were young and you know how hard it is with a child, that it's just as hard without one. So I believe you feel like you're in a better space, not only mentally but financially, to where your child can eliminate a lot of things. Now I have a question. Now, speaking of mental health issues and things like that, I feel like a lot of people don't take in consideration that verbal abuse is just as bad as physical abuse.
Oh, yes, it is.
And I feel like verbal abuse has a lingering effect, for me at least, from my perspective, for me, because I feel like a physical, I could get over that bruise. Yeah, I'm going to think about how it led up to that or whatever, but verbal, you have to be a real sick motherfucker to really be having to have a narcissist, I call it, attitude or demeanor for you to really want to keep somebody trapped in their own either insecurities, fear, or whatever. And I feel like some people don't understand that verbal abuse is just as bad, if not worse, than physical abuse.
I think that's based off the person's character, though. Because some people deserve verbal abuse.
You said deserve. Why you feel that way?
Yeah, I know it's a bunch of assholes out here.
We talking about somebody who
has mental health.
No, not even mental health. We're talking about just somebody who's trying to be a good person, who, you feel me, no matter how many times they still take bullshit. We ain't talking about somebody who says bullshit and then they getting it back. You feel me? Of course, that's how the universe gonna work. You feel me? You put shit out there, for sure it's gonna come back. It's just the timing of when it's gonna come back, but it's gonna come back.
Oh,
but
so
I feel like
you got on more of a sensitive subject.
Yeah, you feel me? More of like, okay, my nigga, it's people out here who really want to be loyal to their mate, male or female. You feel me? And that person is literally belittling them because they have their own insecurities or they have their own, you feel me, problems that they don't know how to handle themselves, but they project them on that person. You feel me? Because I don't feel good, I'm going to talk shit to you, or I'm going to try to make you feel less than me to make myself feel better. And it's like, really, motherfuckers really do that, and they don't understand because someone's mental state is so vulnerable or just that receptive to bullshit to where it's like it sticks. And sometimes that can cause a person to have the Stockholm syndrome and things like that to where you don't know what to do but love your abuser.
Well, I mean, yeah, I hear it, but I mean, at
Sound
that
like
time,
they
you,
need
yeah,
couples
yeah,
therapy.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you at the end of the day, I think it's too like how you approach the situations because some people don't always handle that approach just like other people do. Like, you feel me? So when you sit there and think about it, you be like, okay, he's more emotional. I should approach him in this way so he won't blow off. But then you might have a person that's on your same level and y'all can actually break it off to where y'all don't have to go through that shit.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying for those who suffered through the verbal abuse, who's not getting their equal or not dishing it out, like one of those, like you really just be like, okay, like no matter what I do, my nigga, like you have nothing to say. No matter what I do, like she's always bitching, like she's saying how much of a little ass nigga you are, and
Well,
you feel
yeah,
me?
you're right, but that's when you be the bigger person. You just fucking walk away.
But see, that's what I'm saying. For some people, they searching for love in all the wrong places to where they don't know what it looks like. So they feel like, all right, I need to take that. For me personally, I'm not taking it. But I've seen it to where it's like you have to really ask somebody like, what are you getting? Like how is this helping you? And some people they be like, they'll give an excuse for it. They'll literally give an excuse for it. Well, this, that, and the other, and you could literally pretty much break them down and be like, okay, well, you never received or never was shown that type of love in your household, so this type of shit is familiar to you.
And so it sounds like that person is stuck in a cycle of abuse. So
Yes,
that's
yeah.
something that's definitely stems from their own childhood. That those are things that they have not addressed, and they need to also
Okay, so why is it so hard for them to get it when the person actually tried to give it to them?
get what
Like the love, to receive it. Like, you know how
well,
like,
maybe they probably wasn't raised in a household where there were provide like love and affection.
No, I know. I get that part. I'm saying like say like that was me. Or one of y'all was going with me.
Right.
But I couldn't learn how to love, but y'all was teaching me. Like, why can't I get that now? If I'm an adult and I should be able to process it.
Are you open and receptive to processes? Are you open and receptive to change? You also, it all depends on the individual themselves.
That's what I'm getting at. It depends on the individual. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
like
it also, even in a relationship, a healthy relationship, nobody deserves to be in a relationship with somebody that's going to be abusive. Abuse. People feel like domestic violence is only because he physically hit me or she physically hit me. No, verbal abuse is also just as bad as physical abuse. So nobody deserves to be in that cycle. But in order for them to break that cycle, that person, individual, has to be open and receptive to be able to change that.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you a question now since we getting deep in this. What if two people are deeply in love and still use verbal abuse to them, but it doesn't fuck up their relationship?
it fucks up
No,
y'all.
yes, it does.
It fucks up y'all relationship. It just ain't y'all just ain't had nothing to stem to where it's fucking it up. See, y'all can sit there and go back and forth, bitch ass niggas, blah 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 blah. But y'all don't understand. Y'all demonstrating toxic behavior.
Yeah,
feel
but what if it's not really toxic? It's just showing the behavior.
So someone in the comments stated that no one deserves any abuse. People need to control their emotions. We can't always respond from our emotion minds. There's not used to that kind of love. Yes, agree. They thrive in chaos. People who grow up in emotional neglected households reject love when they do get it because they are not used to it.
To it. Okay, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's just always
Thank
a different
you.
approach with each person because everybody should just be different, but it's so much similar. Like if it's like a definition, like you feel me, it's just multiple ways shit happen, but it's all similar.
Yeah, so
that's
like
wild.
that's why I said when you say like, okay, that's how y'all communicate, that's only something for y'all. You feel me? Because some people, me and somebody else, it's at some point like I was with somebody else. A nigga that I actually was with, me and him, we'll literally go back and forth. But at some point, I realized I'm out of my character because this is not normally me. I'm realizing that I'm more aggressive and more responsive to his anger, or he sets me off at the littlest thing to the point like I'm realizing I'm beside myself. Now I realize I'm doing the same shit that I didn't want him to do to me. The same talking shit. Now, anytime you say the littlest thing, I'm on your shit.
So
I'm talking
But
shit.
yeah, but after that,
But see,
Y'all
that's what I'm
end up-
saying. But we stopped. I had to stop that because I realized it was more draining for me when I sat and realized how much I hated to argue.
And
How
sounds like
much
he was a trigger for you.
exactly. So that's why I'm like, okay, at some point you're a trigger for me, and now I become you. So now our shit is normal for you. The nigga told me himself. He was like, this shit is normal. This shit is not normal, bro.
No, but to some people it is, like I said.
And that's
'cause
what I'm
you
saying.
have-
It's
you have,
not.
You sometimes you have some people. No, I know what you're saying, but like I'm talking about as far as the aspect. Like I said, you have people that are married and been married for a long time, but when you walk into their household, you be like, damn, your mom and daddy crazy. Yeah, they might be crazy, but them motherfuckers been loving each other for this long time, using verbal abuse against each other, and all they did was bring them closer. Have a house full of fucking kids.
But see, that's why I said for some people, they didn't always have a verbal abuse. I promise you that.
It's something that probably happened in the relationship where it caused them to, respond to each other in that way. Maybe he cheated, maybe, she
Yeah.
cheated, who knows, and probably, like I was sharing earlier, is that, a lot of us, we're African Americans, and in our culture, it's looked upon as you going to therapy as you're crazy, something's wrong with you. But what people don't realize that everybody has some kind of a childhood trauma that they have not dealt with. So what does it do? It all it does is you're suppressing that, and as you get older, it just stems over into your adulthood and relationships, and that's how you have toxic relationships. That's not a healthy family.
That's not a healthy family
That's
because I
very
promise
toxic.
you, they show you like, oh, these motherfuckers. But I promise you, she's feeling some type of way,
Right.
but she's being defensive. She's not really doing the same shit. Now I have to feel like I have to defend myself in front of them because this is our shit. Or he feels like I have to defend myself in front of her because I can't be demasculized in front of my children.
Okay, hey, we feel
And
the
that
same
is
way.
also definitely unhealthy for the children to witness, because all they're doing is just damaging them. And so, but in order for that couple to be to be able to change, they both need to go to individual therapy and then have couples therapy, so that way they can also have family therapy, because it also is nothing but they're traumatizing and re-traumatizing their children by the things that's also happening as well, which is also going to demonstrate and allow the children to have unhealthy relationships with men and women, because guess what, they are going to associate their relationships and based upon the opinions, the things that they saw witnessed in the household with their own parents.
And then, like, example, the dude that I was with, because he saw both of his parents together, but because he saw, all right, my mama got a line if my daddy did this, or whenever my daddy say this, my mama had to say yes, or this, that, and the other. So he thought he could apply that shit to me until I had to let him know this ain't how this fucking show gonna roll.
And also sounds like he's looking for a mate that's more of like his mom, like
Exactly.
that have the characteristics and personality like his mom, instead of for as what I want to identify in just having a mate. Because see, the person that he was able to witness that from and be able to learn it from was the first person. What? It's his mother.
His mother and
His
father.
father.
Yeah. So therefore, that's what I'm saying. He exemplified that in our relationship because he felt like, all right, that's how they move, so that's how we move. And then I had to break down to him when we finally broke up and like really was like, all right, you know what? And we actually had a heart-to-heart conversation, and I had to let him know, like, it would never roll like that, for the simple fact, I'm a provider. She's not. We are equal household, so therefore I have equal say just as much as you.
Nah, man, y'all need to do what the fuck we say.
Stop it.
Oh no!
Stop it.
Nah, because
Okay,
y'all be
so-
tripping. No,
Nah,
because
look, who
nah, because
Okay,
look,
so-
let me go ahead and tell y'all, because look, on the simple fact is, y'all always want us to listen to y'all asses, but y'all never listen to us.
No, but see, that's
you have to be able to demonstrate and have a healthy communication style. Now, if you're coming at a woman or your mate at a certain, way, of course
She
going
gonna be
I'm
to
gonna be
combative.
like, no, I'm gonna be like, hey,
She's
get
gonna
your
react
ass in
at
there and make them tacos.
Nah.
This ain't no Jody over here.
Oh, so
Right.
you know. You know. I knew it wasn't your first time. I knew it, shit. Y'all better stop playing with me. I'm a freak.
I'm about to play with you.
Oh, nah.
You feel
Shit,
me?
we need to spice this up. Y'all done got emotional on me and shit.
Wait,
Oh, what if he couldn't do this and we do that and all that and stuff?
have to play with him.
Look, now let's talk about you and these two beautiful kids you have.
Okay.
How old are they and what's their names?
I have a 21-year-old daughter who is in college,
Oh.
and I have a 12-year-old son.
He play ball?
He used to, but yes, he's currently training right now.
For
So
what?
basketball. He's
That's
conditioning.
right. That's right, little
So
dude.
yes,
Get
he
your
wants to
ball
get
on,
back
baby.
into.
You feel me?
Prior to COVID, he was.
It's all good.
Playing
Just
ball.
he just need a backyard with a ball and he dunk on his own. Learning to keep it going. No, for real. That's all these kids really need these days, man. You just gotta put the same fucking effort that you want your son to put in.
Yeah.
You
So,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
my kids know I already
So
have the expectation. They know they don't. It's not very low with
What
them.
position he play?
I think point guard.
Point guard. Look, I got some point for him if he want to learn to guard. I got him, man.
I ain't about to play with him.
So your daughter? What your daughter go to school for?
She goes to so her major is biology. She wants to work in the medical field.
That's what's up.
Okay.
That's right, black sister. Go ahead, man. We need more of y'all in the medical field.
Right, 'cause-
So people that actually care though, not
Yes.
just because you in there for the fucking money. Actually care about the person.
No, yes, no,
That,
she's very
that's
compassionate.
what you want. You want to care about the person because when you go into these hospitals these days, you just look at everybody and it seems like nobody give a fuck about that one person that's running his ass around.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So I commend her. I hope she fucking have all the success
Right.
because we
you
need
so
her in
much.
that field for sure.
Yes, we do.
Because my ass got diabetes, I might need her ass shit.
Right. She probably got to save your life.
I
on
might
one
be in that
day.
motherfucker. I can't see.
Then he had to lift his stomach.
So Mr. Perez, it's okay. We're gonna take care of you. Your mama said you was a good doctor. Give me some of that shit, girl. I know you got it.
Give you some of that shit.
So, wait, so it sounds like you going to the hospital for the medicine, not for my daughter to save your life. Which one is it?
For her to save my life in the medicine.
Oh, okay.
Because I gotta get to her so I can get the medicine. Duh. Shit. And then so I can get back to watching your son play basketball.
Right.
Shit. Let's go, boy.
Yes.
I know your mama.
We need some fans in the
Shit, let
stands.
me- I'm
He
gonna-
said, "I know your
shit,
mama."
I'm gonna lean over in his ear and say, "Ball $20 to the mall. Ball $20 to the mall."
You can't play with him. You cannot play with
No,
him.
we gotta have fun, We'll make it fun for her, Shit, fuck it. Set my phone down. We need some weed.
Okay, so you had to put it down like that.
No,
Oh, okay. Okay.
it's emotional.
Why?
Good.
Let's talk about it.
Right. You feel me?
No, you a therapist. I
Let
ain't
me
got
put
time
my
to
He
talk
said,
about
therapy
it.
he said, no, you a
You ain't
therapist.
about to pick at my goddamn brain.
You feel me?
No,
You
I'm
got
not here to talk about
you
your-
got
pick your brain. Not today, not
trouble. You got
today.
trouble traumas. That's what she trying to say.
You're gonna need a medical assistance in a minute.
He love me. No. You all right?
So, do your kids support you in your travels and dreams and stuff?
Of course they do.
That's good.
Oh, and she be doing her little photo shoot thing. She be her styling it up and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
You
very
think you can work with
fashionista.
this shit?
Yeah, I can definitely style you.
I want you to make this look like it's a 6-pack though.
Well, I don't know about a 6-pack, maybe a
Okay,
4-pack.
what about the?
But we can
4-pack?
definitely fix you up according to your body type.
Wait a minute, did you just suck your stomach in? It went up here.
I look like Tyrese now, don't I? Oh, I tried it.
I ain't about to play with you. He said I look like Tyrese now.
I had to put my stomach back out now. There's too much in there.
Nah, but I feel like I'm glad that a lot of people are getting into crafts and jobs and careers that's giving back to not only giving back to the community but making themselves better and can be an asset when needed. You feel me? So I commend baby girl on going ahead and getting in this here medical field because Lord, it ain't for me because me and the patient be somebody help us. Ooh, she shitty. She shitty.
I'm gonna be up in there like, it's okay, Mrs. Jackson. It's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and lift your legs and wipe the doodle. It's okay.
No.
Yeah, so definitely everybody I know is not called for that. So we definitely have to stay.
Yeah.
Where?
She like, look, she like.
You ever had a person try to bite you?
So have I ever had a person try to bite me? Yes, I have had a kid try to bite me, but that was because he was having a tantrum, and it wasn't really based upon what I was doing. It was because he was just having a tantrum.
Temper tantrum.
Oh
temper
my
tantrum,
God.
Anger
and wanted to
management.
have his way, and he was just trying to attack anybody that he can that was right there by him.
Have you had a person that like just grew on you to beyond tough and you lost them?
Say that one more time.
Like, you know how like some people like they work in the field, but it's just always that one patient that you like this. That's my nigga, and we know he fucked up, but that's my nigga.
Oh yeah, we all definitely have those clients that we have a good rapport with in the beginning, and then for some reason we have to go ahead and discharge them because they just was non-compliant.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that.
Damn, you actually get non-compliant?
Oh,
That's why
all
I
the
asked that because
time.
I'm like, man, I know they do. I know
the
that shit
time.
just not in the movies. That shit
No.
gotta be in
He
the
said all
life.
that shit not in the
the
movie.
time.
Not for real shit. You probably got motherfuckers in there that love cards and bacon and shit.
Like, okay, because I know it's like confidential. You can't say too much.
Yeah.
Like, how do you act shit? You
Right, like, because I wanted to ask some shit, but I couldn't just
You already
ask
had
it.
to
Like,
think about it like, ooh, in the
Okay, so do you
movies.
guys know like a scenario or maybe something that you may have went through in your life that you kind of like want to have like a dialogue about, or maybe someone else?
Okay,
some
okay.
patterns.
So now, far as like children, now
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced even in my own childhood that children tend to, especially young girls tend to fall into like a slight depression
Mm-hmm.
or a self-esteem issue. How often does that occur? Because the other host, his daughter, he feel like, she having a situation that he feels like, she could overcome, even though he overcome it. He like, we depressed, whatever. But I told him like, it doesn't matter about her being the most popular in school. It doesn't matter about that. Like, when you're the tomboyish girl, every guy will look over you. You feel me? They won't see you as, you feel me? They just see you as the homie. And I told him like, that's one of her issues, for the simple fact she's not putting herself out there. So she's not making herself attractive to these guys. So they're going to look over her. And then he like, well, why? I say, but it matters to her without trying to make it matter. Like, how often does stuff like that, especially in like adolescence, does it happen?
Sounds like first they need to be able to work on like her self-confidence and her self-esteem before she's able to like engage and start like dating. I wouldn't suggest her to start dating until she actually started working on herself, because then she will like start dating and maybe date somebody that have narcissistic behaviors, and so then he will be able to control her.
mentally.
And so, I don't know, it might be also something that too that she's suppressing from her childhood that she has not dealt with. I don't know what her relationship is like with her mom or her dad. I understand that, and that the father has depressive symptoms as well. So that might also have an effect on his parenting style. But I'm not here to judge nobody about the way they parent their child. But it sounds like they would need to go to family therapy, because a lot of people don't think that it really works. But in order for his daughter to be able to have a space where there's no judgmental, zone
And I told
or
him
whatever, and because she's only going to share so much with her parents, because she's going to feel like in the back of her mind she's going to be having those, she's going to be self-sabotaging and having those thoughts where she knows that, okay, I can't tell my parents this because what, they're going to automatically, explode, or they're not going to listen to me. So she needs to be able to have that space where she can be able to feel comfortable and voice her concerns and things that are bothering her, and then they can provide her with healthy coping skills and things like that, and where she's also be able to recognize her triggers, because we don't want her to engage in start dating someone or hanging around people that will manipulate her.
And see, that's what I told him. I was like, she would need therapy, and the only reason is because, like you said, a safe haven. Like I told him, I was like, yeah, as her father, she knows that it's an open floor. You feel me? But I said it's still going to be a barrier for the simple fact you're her father. You're gonna she's gonna know there's always some type of judgment, even though you say there's none. She's gonna feel that, and like, far as him, like he takes his daughter out on dates. He tell her like,
Oh, that's good.
He takes her out on dates, makes her, she knows she's beautiful.
Okay.
She don't doubt the self-esteem. She knows she,
Okay, so she knows herself.
but it's just one of those things, like, you feel me? Like I knew I didn't have low self-esteem or none of that in school, but it's one of those, because I carried myself so much like a tomboy. I didn't look attracted to nobody else, but they was attracted to all the fast little girls.
Right.
So it left me battling with trying to figure out like, okay, well, how do I still be cute at least for them to be like, okay, you cute. I don't want them to try to touch me or nothing, but it's one of those, all right, at least tell me I'm pretty or something like that. And like my play brother, I told him, he was like, well, I tell her she's pretty all the time. I said, you got to understand, as her father, she knows you're going to tell her that she's pretty. I said, but when it comes from somebody else, it's different. When it comes from somebody that you actually want to tell you you're pretty,
Right.
then it means something. I said, as my father, she just looking at it, you going to tell me I'm pretty even if I was the ugliest motherfucker around. I'm yours. You going to make sure I don't doubt that. You're going to make sure I don't have no void.
Yeah, she still wants to be validated.
You feel me?
Yeah, but yeah, because that's that make me think like, how's that really still helping her though?
But,
Like him telling her that
Yeah, because like you said, it's,
but it
of
sounds
course
like she
it's
still wants that validation, but it sounds like she probably doesn't want it from her dad.
Yeah,
even though she
exactly,
getting
right.
it,
And
she
that's what I
wants from
told
her.
him. I said,
And then also
it's-
too, another thing like can be like a depressing symptom, or whatever. It's our environmental stressors or whatever. It's definitely something that also causes that effect. Maybe she, I don't know what the family, dynamic is really. I don't know what they're able to do and not to do. And then also with now this generation, everybody want to live and be like the Joneses. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then but her family and parents are probably not able to provide her those material and luxury things. But she's not looking at that. She's looking at what her friends and everybody else is doing. Maybe they're traveling. Maybe they got the 13. Maybe they got bringing $20-$40 for school money on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So kids also, are manipulators too, and they're gonna hype up their situation until you really know them or whatever.
And
That's
the
for
big-
sure.
And that's like a big part of a person's life when you have to go to school.
Comparison,
and-
yeah, we
yeah,
all.
because you have, like you said, you have those ones that you go to school, they got the money, they got the clothes, they looking good, but your parents tried their best and they can't
Yeah.
get you everything. So now you got Michael and Jessica and them talking about you and
Right.
shit. And now that didn't bring your low self-esteem down once again. All the hard work that your goddamn father was putting in, they didn't broke that down in a day.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he done worked his ass
Just-
off for months.
Right. Kids definitely do
So that
have a
takes a
big
big role.
impact on, what your kids are, how they feel and things like that.
See that conversation go even wilder because now that teaches you like who really is teaching their kids, but in a way you not because you can still teach your kids how and they can still go out here and do what the fuck they want.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure. is
Yeah,
definitely a
peer
big
pressure
role,
is for real.
So that shit can get so deep when it comes to subjects and shit. That's a full ass breakdown.
And I just feel like, okay, I'm just making sure, I wasn't wrong. Because I was like, I told him, I was like, you need to send her to therapy. Like, because she needs to be in a space to where the person she's talking to is not judging her.
Somebody's requesting to be on my live I think she did that on accident. Okay. All right.
She's like,
Well, I mean, if she ain't never really been in a situation, I think she should actually go out to get the experience to know how to build confidence. If you ask me, because if you never
And
really
then
put
also
yourself
too,
out
like
there,
it would be good for the parents to be able to include in is she interested in being like in any extra?
oh, she's in
extracurricular
every
activity?
damn thing.
Oh, she's in everything.
Everything. She's
Oh,
like,
okay.
she a real athlete. Like,
yeah. So that's a good thing. Like I said,
like
you
she's
know.
into softball, volleyball. She even into football.
And
Well,
so- and-
Dre
but see,
stopped her.
That's a great thing. Only being said because most of those things a man likes. So if she happened to find that respectful person and able to do that, she's able to learn how to intrigue in him as well as him doing the same. It's like a vice versa thing. You feel me? So if she get that, yeah, she's going to learn the experience. But
And that's
she
what
might
I'm
come
saying.
across that
She
situation.
hasn't. That's what I'm saying. And Dre even said, "Well, how do I?" I said, "Bro, you have to let her overall just
woman.
live." I said, "But you have to understand." If you're putting the right tools into her and you let her know that her friends could be this or the possible that and he talked to her about guys and what they
Okay.
could potentially
Supposed to.
want, all that. Like Dre don't, you feel me, sugarcoat shit with his
Right.
daughter.
Keep it
And you
real
feel
with
me,
her.
she's 13. So you feel me, he let it be known.
Very
But
smart girl.
at the same time, you feel me, I told him, I said, you have to understand, like, she's gonna get to a point to where she's gonna learn what type of dude really wants to mess with her.
Can we somebody request to be on the live? Can they do? Can we?
Or live on here or live on your phone?
live on my phone.
They could go live on your thing, and then you could just add them.
Yeah.
So it's just like I feel like it's just a matter of time for certain people when it comes to certain situations.
Don't know what happened. Hello.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
She said, I didn't mean to do that.
That was it. I didn't mean to join it though. Sorry.
That's okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
You feel me? People just want to watch and they, adding
sister.
themselves on an accident,
It's all good.
Like, wait a minute, who you talking? Oh, my bad. I didn't. I don't want my face shown. Wait a minute. I mean, can I have a conversation? That be people, questions and things. But that I see that a lot. A lot of young girls, even young boys, like they. I feel like these younger generations is really starting to lose themselves because they don't have a mind of their own. They're
Not
following
only
too.
that,
They're
they don't
following
have
too.
enough role models that's really going to be a role model. Even within out the household, you have to. It takes a whole community to
Yes, it
raise
definitely
these
takes a
kids. I'm
village
sorry,
to be
because if
able
you
to-
think about it,
To make an
when we
impact
was
on your
growing up,
child.
all our parents knew almost everybody. We hung out from our parents. Like, you feel me?
Yeah,
They knew it.
this
So
generation is definitely different. We're
When-
trying to engage and be able to build on those, have those personal relationships with your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, your children's friends, because, with COVID, everything was shut down. So definitely, the kids were not going to school, you'll see parents, on a come and go basis or whatever.
Right.
So now it's kind of like different because, this new rule, 6 foot, you can't go to the gate and all these restrictions and things like that. So yeah, it definitely has an impact on how we're able to kind of engage and kind of even really know who your kid is hanging with.
we got to whoop some ass. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
you
that,
do, but at a certain age,
yeah.
you
You got to whoop some
can't
ass.
you can't continue to threaten them with physical punishment
No,
because
yes,
it
you
doesn't
can. You
work.
know why? Because look at us.
Well,
Look at us. I don't
Yeah,
care.
but
Look at us, because
it
I know
wasn't-
I've
it
got
wasn't-
numerous of ass whoopings, and I ain't dead. Or I ain't doing stupid shit.
I know, but our generation is totally different. Like you can't.
That's why I
That
said
you
we
can't
need to
look
go
at-
back.
Boy, I mean, it's too late. Like times have
It
definitely
ain't never
changed.
too late, sister. We gotta keep the fucking hope alive, man. I'm so
can't.
serious. I swear to God that we all right
He trying
now.
to Django whoop a nigga.
No, fuck your Django. This is just about
listen,
real shit.
But see, then you gotta also think about too. The kids they are trained at a young age to know what CPS is. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
Or whatever
them.
they want to use as a kid.
I said it, yeah. Fuck DPS, all of that S's. Fuck y'all. Y'all always think somebody ain't supposed to.
Whoa!
Nigga, tell her. My cousin tell you right now, I done got many a ass whoopings. If
I
you think
know
I
you
gave a fuck
did.
about a DPSS, no, motherfucker. That mean my mama
But
always
your
told me.
parents was able to put
No,
put the fear of God in you.
no, hell
You know
no,
what I'm
because I
saying?
was still a little bad little bastard.
Okay, so it didn't change you. But
No,
so it,
because I'm gonna tell you.
But what happened?
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
tell you.
tell me.
When your mama's serious or your daddy's serious, they say
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat your ass, which means I'm gonna call CPS. Yeah, they can give them an hour to get here. I'm gonna be beating
right.
your ass.
And then some parents did give them that option. Look, I'm gonna call them for you.
Yeah, because we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know why? Cause look at them. They fucking alive. They not. She helping people in the community off of ass whooping. She got a podcast and her own business and a job and got her. Yeah, that we need more ass whoopings.
Yes, true.
I got my ass whooped by my principal. I got my ass whooped by my teacher. Yeah. It takes a
I
community.
didn't grow up in that era.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in that era.
It takes, you know why?
I know
Like
it did.
said,
I've heard
you
those
have to.
stories.
You have to.
But not in my
Because
area.
if you watching my child and you just met me and you come back and tell me she did something and I ask you what you doing, you told me nothing, I'm going to whoop your ass. Yeah, because you need to whoop my daughter ass. She needs to know that is right from
But
wrong.
why would you want to whoop the parents?
Because you
they
need to
didn't
discipline
whisper.
my goddamn daughter when
Okay,
she's
but
doing
there's
bad.
always different ways or forms to discipline the child.
I'ma tell you how you do it.
Physical punishment is not.
You tell her to pull her pants all the way up, and you bend her over, and then you smack her on the ass, and then she done. All right, that's how you do it. You ain't gotta always use a belt. My uncles used to whoop my ass with their hands and their slippers. Boy, nigga, I didn't seen you get your ass bent over and whoop
Okay.
like that, nigga. Shut up.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Hold on, baby. I don't told you I don't bite. You get over here. Look, we a big family. Look.
Okay, so
Hi,
yeah.
buddy.
Now, Dre is
just
the
got
daughter who we was talking about, because we was talking about, remember, situations, and remember how you was like, but I tell her I love her and I take her on dates. But you feel me, like she was saying herself, that you feel me, that's just something that she has to go through, because like she said, she don't know the whole dynamic, but the fact that I told her that, you take her out on dates, she knows that she doesn't lack self-esteem issues,
Right.
but it's just overall just, you feel me, what it will be. You
Right.
feel me? And she works in the field, that's why.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's real hard right now with my little girl. She's going through it mentally, like trying to find herself.
Yes.
And she's using certain outlets that I don't approve of, and it's just hard trying to keep up with her and not get mad, and always try to talk instead of getting fed up with you not wanting to talk. And
That's what she shuts down on you.
yeah, she don't. Yeah, I can hear. Yeah. It's just like she shut down. She don't want to talk to me. She said, and but last night we had a real good conversation about all of it. So I think it just took time, to it took time in the situation that happened last night for her to open up, and she got in a lot of trouble last night. And but it was eye opening, and it's just like, as a parent that actually give a shit.
Yeah, because you're hurt because your child hurt, so of course you always want better for your child.
Right, and it's like you got some parents that be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired of it. I've been telling you so I'm done. You ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna keep on.
Yeah, some
But
parents don't feel like they get to the point where they have that breaking point where they don't feel like there's going to be a change
Right.
for their child. But it sounds like you have, like I was asking them, that you put her in like any extracurricular activities.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
said that she's involved in some of everything. So
hell
I'm
yeah.
saying that I think one of the environmental stressors or whatever is because her peers has definitely a big influence on how she views herself. And
Yeah.
this generation also is totally different.
Yeah.
They compare themselves to the Joneses or whatever, and they want to do what the Joneses are doing.
Yeah.
But if you guys don't mind asking, I never heard about where maybe is her mom in the picture?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hell
mom
yeah.
is in the.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Hell
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Her
So,
mother is definitely in the picture
Okay.
and well aware of everything.
Mm-hmm.
When I have the issues, I tell her, hey, I call her mama right away. Hey, call your baby. Like she tripping.
so
Like,
she lives with you?
she has the choice. So,
Okay, so-
she been living with me, but it's like earlier this year or late December of last year, she told me she wanted to move back with her mama
Okay.
because COVID was still going and school wasn't in. So she was like, I want to move back with my mama. Yada yada yada. I was like, okay, that's your choice. Go ahead.
Did you say COVID?
No, COVID.
COVID.
That was COVID.
But her mother was working a lot.
Okay.
And she still had supervision. Her uncle was there and her older brother, but her uncle, yeah, I'm talking about you, Andrew. You're not the best babysitter. Just letting you know.
Also, sounds like some of the issue then, okay, so she had her mom, but it's like she was living with her mom, but it's like more of the mom was there, but mom was not there. So it sounds like mom has not really been there the way she wants her to.
Well, as of late, just as of
okay,
late,
lately,
as
just
of late,
lately,
just
but not
lately,
lately.
because her
Okay.
mom just got this job like 6 months ago,
Okay.
7
So
months,
things
well, at
just
the top of the
recently.
year.
Right, okay,
And
so she-
and she just got the job, so it ain't like her mama been. No, her mother has always been there, been
Okay,
active,
right.
showing up at games, taking her to practice, doing everything. We share
Yep.
everything.
Right,
Like
okay.
it's not like one parent is doing more or has more.
Say
It's
so than the next.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's an equal
for sure.
value.
It's an equal for sure.
very
And
equal.
I don't have that problem with her mama. Her mama, simple, like it's up to her. It's her decision who she want to stay with, So, and I coined that because my cousin I always put this. My cousin growing up didn't have that choice. The courts had that choice, So
And that's a lot of the reason.
a lot of things happen,
another
right?
topic.
Yeah. So no,
Segment.
right. No, I feel you. But I just with certain things, I know that with it being 2021, a lot of my parenting views, a lot of mainstream society wouldn't agree with. You know, my son just turned 17, and when he was 12, he was diagnosed. I think it was 12. He was diagnosed with ADHD, and we had him on that medicine for about 3-4 months, and he was a fucking zombie.
Right.
Like he'll take that medicine, and the teacher said that she didn't like it. She said he would just be in class like
Person, yeah.
like dead face, you know. And us knowing his characteristics, his personality, when he would come home and he would take that second dose, it's like, what the hell? Like, what's going on with you? Like, and we did not like that. Like, it totally changed his personality.
Well, fucking him
Like
up.
not a tone down, not a
Like a zoned out.
like, bro, it was literally changing his whole perception. Like he'd go from talkative and bubbly and fucking with you all shooting the
No,
shit. Like
you talking about the
to
same shit Gary?
James.
I know,
Right,
but you're
right.
talking about the same shit Gary and Lil Chris was off of.
Right, right.
That shit, it does. You right. That shit, they'll be bouncing off the wall, and the next thing you know, they be like,
Yep. And then we
Straight
didn't
crash.
like that, so we decided to try
another approach.
edibles. Like, and that shit changed his life. CBD edibles changed his life.
I told you that
Like,
shit is always good for other
went-
things than smoking.
It went from him having 4 and 5 fails, the teachers not wanting him in class, some family members saying, "Hey, nigga, you too bad, you can't come over," to everybody wanting him to come. All the teachers loving him. He's been like within the last 2 summers, he been back and forth working with me and his grandfather. He done saved up $5,000. He got a job. You know what I mean? He about to get his car. So he's a totally
That boy a natural
like,
born hustler.
180, like, you know. So with that trial run, I would say, like, I'm trying to remind myself that she's 12.
Right. And,
He
and
was going through the same
thing.
situations.
So it's
You
a
know?
lot. It has to sound like a lot to do with puberty. Like she's trying to find herself, figure who she is for like her identity wise.
Yeah.
You know, sharing like social media. This whole generation is totally different. And then I'm a mother of 2 as well, so I definitely know that parenting. Both of your children is totally different. Like what you did for one, you can't do for the next. You have to have different parenting styles. And then also now that she's a teenager, just being, I was sharing with them like her having that safe space for her to be able to kind of talk to you guys, and it sounds like she sounds like she has a little bit more of that,
I try
with
to
you,
give her that. I try
but,
to give her that.
I
She
don't know,
don't
she
take
probably
it.
struggles with that, with her mom. So
So-
is she open
well,
to therapy?
No,
'Cause it's-
surprisingly, she talked more to her mother. She talked more to her mother, and she just started opening up to me.
oh, okay.
But it's because she would be getting in trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So it's like I'm trying to discipline her, but at the same time, not,
Right, yeah.
I want to talk.
Yeah,
Let's get
having
this.
that conversation with her, so that way she feels that she has that open and safe space
Right.
to
well,
come
it just
to
it's
and
she,
be able to.
you gotta, she got to
talk
build
to.
that confidence too, though.
Yeah.
You are her daddy.
She confident as hell to me. I think what it is, what the assistant principal pointed out to me, which I knew it, but I didn't think it would affect her that much, was going from the last time she was in school with her friends in a classroom or in a school setting, she was in the 5th grade. And
Oh,
then
so
now
this is a
she
whole new
jumped all the
GPA
way to the
base.
7th grade to be in school because the whole 6th
Oh,
grade
her
year
so-
was
her
pandemic.
Whole social setting has definitely changed.
Yeah.
So that's totally different. So
Yeah.
she was used to being in a setting just for
and-
herself. So now she
yeah.
has to get familiar and comfortable with back to being in a group setting for
Right.
her to be able to even to realize and know that she can have a voice as well. She probably
Right.
feels like her voice really doesn't matter in the classroom setting and being able to speak up for herself.
I'm just her teachers. No, she's Mr. Baker. Your daughter's very, very mature.
Okay.
She's really smart. She engages in class, but then she talks too much.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like she's trying to fit in, like we were saying that whole peer pressure thing.
Yeah.
Kinda like she's
Oh,
trying to
so
fit in.
she basically is a class
Yeah,
clown.
so she wants to be class clown.
Well, I believe it gets to
Part-time.
that point in
Or
certain
get to
classes.
Yeah,
certain
so she
part-time.
knows which
Okay.
one she can get away with, and
Yeah.
she knows which one
Yeah,
she cannot.
right. Miss
And that's
Matthews' class.
and guess what?
ain't
That's
going.
based off the strict teacher, right?
Yeah,
Right. Well,
the teacher,
I
because
don't know-
they know who they can take.
But
advantage
no,
of and
I
who
don't
they
know about
cannot.
it being strict or not.
No,
I think
no,
it's
but-
about just being connecting with that teacher, just having a connection
because
with
that
the
teacher actually gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Right, there
And the
you
kids
go.
know,
There
like,
you
you
go.
know, nowadays, a lot of people are really big on energy. So, you're able to kind of pick up on those traits, who likes you normally and who does not. So the kids definitely know who they can get away with and who they cannot. Like, even with, like, your daughter, she knows that she's able to have that safe space, able to have those conversations with you and be able to say certain things with you. That things, when it comes to her mom, she's probably going to tell you guys the story totally different. She'll give you probably more information than she would with her own mother.
She
But-
give her
but
mama
you
more
gotta remember,
information than
too.
it do me because the thing is, she think I'm the soft parent, which I'm with her. I am.
Well,
I
yeah.
can't put my hands on you.
But I can put my hands.
You know what
on
I'm
it.
saying? My
Somebody in the
son.
comments section said that she might also have ADHD too.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't
She
know.
been on her.
That might
She
be.
been on
That
her.
might be. That might be.
I don't know. I wasn't.
'cause-
I didn't get the link. We didn't.
Oh yeah, we forgot to send the link.
So,
No, hey,
sorry,
but you-
guys, they was
y'all
supposed
gotta
to send
remember,
me a
too,
link
though.
where you were able to see.
Some children
on,
take information from other people better than they take it from their own parent.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
I'm sorry, Chris. What you said?
I said some children, like, based on what you was talking about, they take information from other people more than they take it from their parents.
Yeah, when we were sharing that, too, remember we had the conversation. Sometimes our children, they receive more information, and their peers are more of an influence
Mm-hmm.
than their own parents. And of course, eventually as they get older, I'm pretty sure we realize that we all have experiences where we can say, my mom was being too mean, and then the situation what they were trying to prepare and prevent, and then later on, like I'm like, dang. That's what they were trying to save me from. I didn't want to listen, but we all have that saying, you have to learn the hard way.
Well, hey, life's lessons that
Yeah, life lesson,
you
but
gotta learn.
It definitely helped to mature you and prepare you for where you are now.
Right.
Yeah, and it's definitely an eye opener once you put once that
Yeah,
situation
but
happened right then and there. You're
Right.
like, God damn, that motherfucker told me. I
Because
need
if
to-
you
Like,
were able
damn
to
it,
go back into your
she was
childhood,
right.
there's a lot
Right.
of different things that I'm pretty sure we all would do differently that we wouldn't do that we did back then. So
I can't compare.
But hey, it's just experience for you to teach your kids how to more maneuver around it. That's all it is. It's just
Right.
tools to keep in your toolbox.
Right. I try to think back about when I was 12, like what the fuck was I going through? And I was rebelling. I didn't want to play football. I told my daddy, no, I'm not playing this year. I
He was upset.
I felt like I wasn't myself. I still have a picture of when I was 13. I just didn't look like myself. Like I was, I don't know. I didn't like myself.
Maybe it's
you
a
know what
rough
I mean?
year for
And
you.
at the same time, I look at my daughter like you pretty, you got clothes, you got shoes, you got charisma, you got friends that like literally call you nonstop and don't let you breathe. So it's like, what is it that you're going through?
it sounds like her peers do look up to her, and she has a big influence on them.
I think
but
I
she
think it's
doesn't
a
feel like-
teeter tot.
Yes,
Right.
she probably feels like they don't have that. They don't have that same influence on her.
Right.
So she needs to be able to sound like she needs like a mentor to be able to help her
Yeah.
with the life stage that she's currently going in, because like I said, she needs somebody outside her family setting that has that non-judgmental zone, be able to share with her, what
Somebody
they probably been
non-biased.
through. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What if she actually don't need the counseling and she just going through a stage and she'll get out of it?
I mean, yeah, everybody teenagers.
Because
yeah,
I've had-
Stage
I
can
didn't have- I
turn
didn't-
into
I-
more than a stage if you don't deal with it the right way, though.
Yeah.
and her,
Seasons
and her
can
parents
turn
are,
into
her parents are definitely trying to prepare her for life where that she does not have those unhealthy,
I mean, yeah, you can prepare them, but that don't mean a person not going to have an unhealthy situation.
But they'll know how to bounce back out of that.
Well,
That's
no, I know
and
that,
that's
but
my
if-
main thing. If you don't help them prepare, when they do have those situations, they won't know how to bounce back off that shit.
No, I hear you, but I'm saying, but they still going to have to go through that motion.
Of course, we know that.
Yeah,
You
we
feel me?
can't skip that
Yeah.
phase anyway.
Right,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what I'm
skip
saying.
that.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
whole
What if
phase of
they
life
really
that
didn't need it? They just had to get through that
No,
little
they
emotion
do
right
need
there.
it.
Oh, they
They
need
do
it. They
need
need
No, I'm
it.
talking about like the counseling. I'm not saying like with what you're going to feel. I'm talking about like physical
No,
counseling.
but
What if
that's
they don't
still
do
the
that?
same. That's one in the core. Because what I'm gonna tell her is it's probably the same thing she's gonna have to get off her chest and learn from the counselor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She
So-
wouldn't have the need to go to a counselor when she got pops to do it.
But see, that's
She
the
don't
thing. You
wanna
got to
listen to
realize.
pops.
If,
That's
like
what
I
I'm saying.
said,
Probably
if
that's
she
probably
don't
what
want
it
to
is,
tell
though.
her dad nothing, but she has okay with telling this person who I know you're not gonna judge me, you're not gonna whip my ass for whatever I say, nothing. let me go ahead and say whatever I say because guess what? You already
So
make
she
me.
gonna have
the
those
perfect-
manipulative behavior too, and then so there's certain things that she's gonna try to also take advantage of.
He's doing all this talking. He's the perfect example. He
So,
used to
Chris,
come over to
so-
my house and
so
talk
you're
to
a
my
big
daddy
Lakuti.
what he wouldn't want to talk to his daddy about.
Well,
So
yeah,
you
because
feel like
you
you
know,
had
but
a-
that's because Uncle Andre will whoop my ass still and still do the same thing.
That nigga
what
wouldn't whoop
he-
your ass
Yes, he
unless it
would.
was super, super bad.
Yeah,
Nigga, you
but
come over
so
and
exactly.
tell
So
him-
yeah, but
you
see,
come
that's
over
not.
and tell him your
but-
business.
yeah,
and
but
your
look,
feelings.
think
Tell him your
about what he
business.
said. Super, super bad. That means I didn't really have nothing bad to
Nigga,
tell
your
him.
mama and your daddy would probably end up smacking you off of taking nigga too many noodles.
Nigga, yeah, and you'll probably do the same thing if I went to your house and did the same thing. So
No, what I'm saying is you taking too many noodles and your parents finding out versus you telling your uncle somebody you can be like, bro, I was just a little too I was hungry. He gonna listen to you and not smack you for taking the 2 extra noodles, nigga. That's all I'm saying. It's the example.
no, because you the type to do it. You
So,
you should have never took noodles, nigga. Exactly. So miss me with the bullshit.
Hold on. Somebody in the comment section stated that adolescents have a lot of hormonal change and peer pressure, a lot of factors to consider parenting stability. Make sure we keep our children spiritually engaged and involved in activities. And then someone else stated she probably don't even know what's wrong to even
She don't.
articulate, especially if it's ADHD. And then also too, I was wondering too, like there has, there's, I don't know if there's been a situation or something where a trauma event that has happened and occurred that she hasn't even, like I said, once again, that safe space to be able to kind of share that with, kind of like keeps her from isolating, kind of keep her from engaging in doing certain things, and it's kind of like we don't want that be in a space where she knows she don't want nobody to judge her.
Right.
She wants to be able somebody to share with whatever it is that happened, and then be able to kind of help her move forward.
Right.
Until then, I think she's going to kind of continue to suppress that.
Man, she gonna be straight.
All I know
Yeah, of
is
course she
all I
is.
know
She gonna
is
be
my
straight.
look.
Yeah,
I
she
can't
gonna
stand
be
it.
straight, bro.
Okay.
What I'm
All right,
saying
so
is
let's get on you, Mr. Chris. Remember, we
Yeah.
were sharing about the
you got a lot
whole
bottled
race
up over there.
situation.
Yeah, cause she gonna be straight. She
Yeah,
gonna
she gonna
find
be
herself.
good.
She probably because you fucking ugly and she don't want to talk to your
No, it
ugly
ain't
ass.
that. She ain't ugly.
That nigga
She
said-
ain't got
Looks
nothing to
No,
do
not her. His
with
ugly
our
ass.
daddy. Well, like I said, once again,
Shit.
We ain't about to
Her
play with
daddy
Chris.
fine. nigga.
Boy, no,
therapy
you
works.
not.
Once again, therapy does work. Right, Drake?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Therapy
Tim.
does work, and forget you, Chris. Therapy does work, and so I think that definitely that's something that she probably, because I don't know what therapy has been displayed in to her, so maybe she hearing that from someone else. Feel free to give my information, but I do not have my own private practice. I'm not here to provide therapy,
that's
but I am here to be a resource to clarify that
Okay.
to anybody. But if you guys feel like you need some assistance and have that conversation from someone that don't even know her, then I will definitely make myself available to have that conversation to her to give her
appreciate that.
a better perspective.
And she's in Carson.
And I'm from, I'm from the hood myself, so
Oh yeah, she from Nicholson Gardens.
You remind me of
Bonnie
my
on
mama.
us.
So
Bonnie
I know
on
what
us.
that looks like to me.
H-line, Bonnie on her.
I know.
You remind me
My
of
life
her
has
mama,
definitely
so she
changed.
gonna be comfortable talking to you.
Man, let me
Right,
tell you
like,
something.
and she's in Carson.
Man,
Oh, you live in
Senator-
Carson?
Look,
Okay,
I also
I'm in Carson.
I work in that field too, so you can
Located.
you can call me.
Located.
I can
We
talk to
gonna
her,
live, we located.
and we can go to Chuck E. Cheese.
We located.
Man, she good.
nobody
bro.
know.
One of my other good friends stated that they're essentially they need someone other. Yep, like what I was saying, Jack. Yeah, then the other parents to talk to. Look at girls bringing look, girl, bring me on. She said, "Girl, look, bring me on." She said, "I'm loving this. Can we bring her on? Or do we?" Yes.
Oh yeah, she gonna copy the link and you think? Okay, you gonna send it to me? Okay, and I'm gonna send it
Hold
to her.
on, Jack.
Cause you got like 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
She gonna be straight.
Yeah, she gonna be.
I'll talk to her
She gonna
yesterday.
be
You
great.
sent it to me already?
She don't like your ass.
No.
We don't want to see your conversations you have with your people.
What you over here, mama like this?
Everything.
You co-signing in the background.
All on that bullshit.
Don't be sliding in my DM because you be wanting me to help all the little girls. Like, hey, I got some money. I know that's a therapist.
What you talking about? I'm trying to keep that for myself. Yeah.
Okay, did you get the link? I just sent you the link. They could you could send it to them and then just follow the steps.
I'm about to send her the link to it. Fuck it. Where my phone at?
Alright, well.
Oh, this girl pretty.
You stupid. I ain't about to play with him.
Well, I thank you guys for definitely having me.
Thank you for coming. You most tongue tied for hot seconds.
I miss you too, Jack.
So you're more than welcome to come back. You feel me? You're more than welcome to come back. You know, and you know at that time tell Jack to join in on us.
Yeah, we can. It's on Monday for every Monday break.
Yep.
Okay, so every Monday, Jack can definitely.
Every
send us
Monday, not money.
Monday, my bad. You know I got.
I caught you. I caught it.
Thank y'all.
Tap in every money. Tap in every money, y'all.
Monday.
Thank y'all. Thank you. And you already know how we do. We out.
Life ain't bad, it's just the shit that we go through. Life can present all different types of proposals. Life in God is the only thing that really knows you. Life can mold you, console you, control you. Make you do the total opposite of what you supposed to. Life can hold you down or it can hold you. Life can be a bitch or a dog, be your best friend. Life is like a gamble, I'm just trying to get the big win. Giving all I got until my last breath, a good win. Shit, life should've took me before it took them. But that's just how life goes. Life turned me to a psycho, and I know till I let God takes the whole cruise control. I really do this music just to soothe my soul and let the truth be told about life. It ain't all bad, but it ain't nice. It can't be all bad. I know I got